Hello guys, welcome back to another stock market update. During the week I told you that this pullback here was going to be a great buying opportunity, and so far it has been. Whether you bought the NASDAQ or if you bought the SPY, that little dip there was a great chance to get in and get long. So again, as always, we're going to focus in on the QQQ, and what we're looking for from here is we want to try to figure out, was this a 1 2 1 2, and are we going to get an explosive move higher, or was this just a 1 2 3 4 and we're only setting up for a fifth leg? We should be safe being bullish up until and up through this previous high right here. Price will more than likely get back up to this high. It's just from there what happens, because if it's a wave 5, it could peter out a little bit past this high, but if it's a wave 3, it should explode through, and it should be a great opportunity to make some more gains. Now, some characteristics of a powerful wave 3 is a lot of gap ups. So we want to be looking at the QQQ. We got a gap up here that it back tested and held. Now we want to see if we get some more, or are we going to kind of pull back and trade sideways and kind of dribble upwards? I mean, we want to see a powerful move higher if this is going to be a wave 3, kind of like back here. So this action right here kind of makes me wonder if, you know, this may have just been a 1 2 3 and this was our 3 here, 4 5. Or this could be our 1 2, and then this could be the first leg of our wave 3. So, I mean, we have to just sit tight and figure that out. And again, if you're being aggressive, it's only safe to be aggressive through this high. Then you want to see how price kind of reacts from there. But some of the other stocks that we looked at during the midweek video, we looked at Square, which Square was kind of scary. It pulled back deeper than we thought, but had a great earnings report and it kind of popped up. It did kind of sell off a bit from that reaction off the earnings report, but it kind of held this 230-ish level. So we'll see if we can kind of, you know, create a little inverse head and shoulders from there and move higher. If you look at the weekly candle, though, the daily candle kind of looks weird with all these red candles, but if you look at the weekly chart, you have a hammer, a longer wick right at the area we were looking at as support. And also notice the volume shelf. Lots of volume coming in at this area that we were expecting to get a bounce, or where we are getting a bounce at. So what we want to see from here in Square, we want to see this downtrend line here. We want to see this broken, and we want to break out from there. So we will see what happens. Next stock is, this was probably the easiest trade to make in the history of trades, because it is just following its counterpart. This is Lowe's, by the way. It's just following Home Depot, which just made the same move earlier. So this was a very easy trade to take. The only thing that was unfortunate is that the options premiums are a little bit elevated because we are close to earnings. But if you're a stock trader, or if your plan was to buy here and then sell before the earnings report, then, I mean, that was a great trade. So I sold puts down below here. Price is pulling away from the area where I sold puts, so I'm profiting on those. And we will see where this tops out at. The puts that I sold, I believe they expire May 21st is the option expiration. So I'm going to have to decide if price pulls far enough away from my strike prices, am I going to hold through earnings, or do I just sell them before earnings and not risk it? So we'll see. But until then, it's a great trade. Next is Apple. Apple pulled back to the 618, and this was a really great area to buy Apple. The only thing, it's just like the QQQ. Is this right here? Is this a 1 2 3 4 and then 5? Is this going to just break this previous high and then peter out up here? Or is this a 1 2, and are we about to get an explosive move up in Apple? we're going to have to sit back and wait on that one. But again, just like the QQQ, price moving back towards this high is very likely. Once we get there, then we shall see. The area we want to see break in Apple is we want to see this volume ceiling, this shelf, which is acting as a ceiling. We want to see that. We want to see price break through that and us get above there. So we want to get above 135, 136 and move higher to be confident in this move up. Amazon is another interesting one there. Again, it's the same thing as QQQ and Apple. Is this a 1, 2, 1, 2? Or is this a 1, 2, 3, pulling back for 4, making a fifth wave? So that's another one we're going to sit back and watch. Then a new stock that I did not talk about in the midweek video is Airbnb. I have watched Airbnb over the past few weeks. We were watching back here because we thought this could be a triangle breakout that was setting up, but instead price broke down from this triangle. So instead, what this could be is this could be an A, this could be a B, and then it pulled back 5 waves for C. Here would be wave 1, 2, 3 was all in here, and 4 and 5, and that comes right into support back here a few weeks or so, or a few days or so after the IPO that formed this bottom here. And if you look to the right as well on the volume profile, you see a large volume shelf here, which could act as support. So likely on Monday, I will be going and I will be purchasing stock in Airbnb and using 148 as my stop loss. How much I want to buy is still up to be decided because there is an earnings report coming up very, very soon. Notice the volume profile. We had large volume here, but also look at the daily volume. It looks like a volume climax is forming. Basically, what happens is volume spikes help price change direction. So notice here, there's a huge volume spike, and then you saw a significant change in direction, which we got follow through on down here. So the question is this down here, is this climax or is this acceleration of volume? Is this going to result in price turning? We will see. A couple things we also want to keep our eye on is gold. The gold trade is breaking out. We want to see if gold gets rejected from the secondary trend line. The gold miners are doing their thing, same thing. Want to see if it breaks out from the secondary trend line. The VIX is getting crushed. We want to see how low this goes. And then, as we said at the top, SPY is just killing it. All-time highs, looking great as usual. Okay, but that is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Have a great week trading and have a happy Mother's Day. Bye.